Stay off your emotion for just 1 second. Listen to what this man is saying.
This is why you do not get righteous leadership. You get the exact type of leadership that you deserve. This is why no one who has your best interest in mind will step forth to guide you into greener pastures. Because anyone with enough sense, or with a decent amount of sense, would not put themselves up to be taxed with such an insurmountable burden, because you people do not want true liberation. You do not want true freedom. Because the question should not be, why is what I say true because I said so, when all you have to do is listen to the words that are coming out of the mouth of the individual to whom I was making reference to in the reel. When someone says that they want to nationalize industries, what do you think that means? The fact that you do not understand what that entails just goes to show me how lost you are. Because in the reel, Umar Johnson poses a question. He asks, he says that the state ought to justify why does food production, water, etc. belong in the hands of private citizens. Here is a man who openly said, this wasn't a doctored video, this was not Photoshop, no. He said out of his own mouth that he believes in the nationalizing of industries like healthcare, food, and water. And in order for him to back off of his position, the state must justify why should these things belong in the hands of private citizens. Well, you're wrong in so many ways, Mr. Johnson, and to the nincompoop that had the nerve to question my assessment of the comments that were made by this fake doctor. Because, Umar, and to the person that asks me, the question is not, or should not be, or the issue, should I say, pardon me, is not whether or not the state can justify why does food and water belong in the hands of private citizens. That question shouldn't even be posed to the state, because that is not where your rights come from in the first place. Get it? I'm going to paraphrase the sentiment of John Dewey, who believed that the state was the moral organ of society. Your rights do not come from the state. Therefore, the state cannot justify why it is that you as a private citizen ought to have certain things. It doesn't work that way. The fact that you believe Dr. Umar Johnson and the idiot that has the nerve to try and pass off some kind of passive-aggressive defense of the comments made by this idiot Umar Johnson, you do not ask the state to justify why private citizens have the right to own. Those rights don't come from the state. Therefore, that question should not be posed in their direction. Because you don't understand that. Get the leadership you deserve, and you get the kind of life that you deserve. Because you want to be a slave, a peasant, a serf, a peon is what you want. I'm convinced. It's quite fitting too, considering the fact that this man Umar Johnson considers himself to be a Garveyite, because Marcus Garvey would advocate for similar types of totalitarianism during his political heyday, for all of you who don't know. But no matter how Afrocentric and how they want to dress it up, this is nothing more than quintessential German philosophy with an Afrocentric tinge. They're trying to play on your tribalism by feeding you moral melodramas in the hopes that you will be convinced to re-enslave yourself. To their benefit, of course, because as the ethnic intelligentsia leading the movement, they're going to be the ones to tell you how to live your life. because food and water shouldn't be in the hands of private citizens. And people come in my comment section and got the nerve to question me about what I have to say about men like this fake doctor, Umar Johnson.